Hi, Grizzlies, and welcome back to another episode of Grizzly True Crime. My name is Gisela K, and I told you guys I'll be back if there's more news. And I saw on the Facebook page on the Prosser County Sheriff's Office, so let me show you so you can see that they're going to have another press conference today. Another one. Whoa, so 3 hours ago here, they say Prosser County Sheriff's Office and Nevada County Sheriff's Office continue to search for 16-year-old Kiely Rodni, who went missing in the early morning hours of August 6th near the Prosser Family Campground. Numerous resources and agencies have responded to help locate Kiely over the past several days. Searchers from across the state continue their search on the ground, in the air, and in the water. And they also say, so far, we only have information on Kiely's last known location before she went missing. Detectives from local, state, and federal agencies continue to follow up on leads and conduct interviews in hopes of locating Kiely in a vehicle. The figures outlined above are reflective of investigative and search and rescue efforts between August 6th and 10th. A press conference will be held at 2 p.m., so that's 5 p.m. Eastern, at the Truckee Donner Recreation and Park District. So same location as yesterday, I think. A separate community meeting will be held again at the same center. We urge anyone who may have information about Kiely to please submit online tips. And there is the email address, which we've got here for you. I'm going to put it up now. Oh, my word, what a day. That would be the email address that you can contact. If you want to remain anonymous, you can contact the tip line, option 7, or email sheriff@tahoeinvest@placer.ca.gov and submit your tips over there. And they say, use online tips. You can remain anonymous, okay? If anyone believes they have photos or videos that may assist us with our investigation in locating Kiely, please submit them here. And you can remain anonymous, right? My word, yeah. That's the thing. Plus, keeping the pressure on the media. So I do feel like they're doing they're doing everything right, huh? They are relying, as they said, on the teenagers specifically, I suppose, for tips, the public as well, for tips, media coverage. So, I mean, wow. Yesterday when they said, remember the day before yesterday, there was a press conference. Then they said the next day there would be a press release, but then actually there was a press conference. Then, now there's another one? The very next day? I think they are doing more prepping and press conferences than searching. Oh, man. Okay, so I was watching none other than Iked Mel earlier. Well, I'm like, wait, what? The cousin called in. You know, when people call in, I'm like, and then what? I'm sure a lot of you guys are there too, right? Where you're like, what? Yes, I heard Sammy's mom call in as well. Sure. Okay. And what I'm going to do now is, hold on one second. Sorry, I'm just like trying to get everything together. Mods, let me know if I need to go slow mode. Okay, because we've been streaming so much every single day, all the time, for a while. So another one. Hello, Cricket Moon. Hello, everyone who's new. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell so that you don't miss out on notification. Subscribing and hitting the bell is for you. If you want to help me, hit the thumbs up. All right. And share. Okay. So what I did is I'm going to play this again.
What's up, Mel?
I'm going to play this so that you have something nice to watch, okay? Just something with not that Iked Mel's not nice to watch. Disclaimer: we love Iked Mel, okay? But it's the phone call that he had with, I believe, a cousin, and we're going to listen to it while we watch some of the flight sim footage while we wait for the press conference to start, okay? So we'll just watch it. We'll listen to a bit, and then we'll wait for the press conference, watch that, and then we could hear more of this.
Hey, good. Thank you for reaching out.
Can you hear?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Give me 1 second. I'm
Sure.
going downstairs so I can talk privately.
Okay.
So that's the voice of Iked Mel. That's a channel. If you don't know who that is, you better know.
Fix this here.
Okay, cool. Got it. All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I had two cousins. They go to Sierra College, and that's in Roseville, basically like Rockland, Roseville area. And they were going up to that party. They heard about it, and they had some other friends going with them, but they're around like 27, 28 years old. They're older, and so there's a lot of older dudes there.
See, right off the bat, when I first listened to the, first 2 minutes of the call, and then like, is this, something I could share with you guys? But yeah, I mean, he says there were older dudes there. He's saying age 28 or so, and he continues to say what kind of drugs were at the party and all that. So remember, this is true crime content, and it means it's for adults only. Listener and viewer discretion is advised. Okay. For those of you who've missed this entire flight something, Mr. Grizzly is my husband. He filmed this for us. It's over the area where Kiely Rodni was last seen, as well as over the area, the road towards her house. Okay. So we're just going to play this and listen to it. Let me know what you think in the chat about what the guy says to Ikitmel. And yeah, it sounds pretty legit, huh?
And so I asked them if they knew her, and they said they saw her there. And she was just like, laughing.
Sorry to interrupt again. He says cousins at the party phone call. So that's I don't know exactly who this person is or how they're related to Kylie, but he sure was at the party.
Going from group to group talking, and they didn't make nothing of it. But she was talking to, I guess, a bunch of people. Like she was just walking around talking to everybody. And they said at the party, a lot of people were doing shrooms, cocaine, drinking, and all that. And I was like, yeah, but that's kind of normal though, because a lot of honestly in Cali, in the area I'm at, everyone does cocaine. Like all the younger kids at school, under 18, where like they all just buy cocaine from some old dude who lives in some apartment complex, and they buy coke and they do it with their friends, and but that's kind of normal around here. So I wasn't really surprised about that. And so I asked them, I said, did you guys see anything weird going on? I was like, was anyone like looking at her friend? Like, nah, everyone was just chill, but everyone was kind of messed up, and so was she. And then I asked, I was like, well, how drunk?
If you heard it last night, for all of you who've already heard this, please comment. Tell me what you think in the comments. I want to hear what you guys think about it, okay?
Drunk was she? And they're like, well, she was like stumbling around, like, she wasn't walking around like, oh yeah, I'm tipsy, I'm cool. She was pretty drunk. Like,
so stumbling around.
If she would have been driving around, she would have been swerving easily swerving. So there was no way she could have drove. And that's basically all I knew from that. And then they told me that there was some other stuff, but they can't really talk about it. But that's basically all that they knew, is that like she was really drunk, and there was tons of drugs there. Like not just drinking. People weren't just drinking; they were doing blow openly. Like everyone was doing blow together. Like going over to a group of people, you sit down, break a line, and it was like that.
It sounds like a very hectic party, right?
And it wasn't just a teen party. There was a lot of adults there.
Oh.
Wasn't some no.
Because they were saying it was like a high school thing, So, but
there was a lot of high school kids there, but there was a lot of mid-20s, like dudes who were still in college because they went to college later. Probably.
So remember, this is all alleged. It's someone who called into Ikitmel's show. I mean, he says cousins at the party. I don't know cousins of who exactly, but we're just listening to hear if we can gather any information about what the party was really like,
Been out of school for a minute, went back to, and then they heard about this party. But yeah, it wasn't just teens. There was dudes way older there.
Wow.
That's why it was kind of crazy that they were just saying it's a teen party. Okay, well, you had a bunch of dudes there that were way older than 16 years old. There's 26, 28, 29-year-olds there.
Did they see her leave, or no? They just saw her.
No, my buddies. They kick it. We all kick with the same group because I hang out with my cousins all the time. They're good dudes. Mm-hmm. But they went there to do I can't really say their names, but they went there to have a good time and do what was there, and that's what they do. But they didn't kick her with her like that. But they saw her, and they left. I think around like 10:30, 11. So she stayed later than them. But they didn't say they did tell me that they didn't see her wearing a sweatshirt at that time. They didn't see her wearing a sweatshirt.
Did they see her in a tank top, like the black?
Yeah,
spaghetti?
She was wearing the bodysuit. Yeah, she was wearing the same outfit, but they didn't see her wearing no sweatshirt.
Renee, you say this guy's a friend of Ikitmel? Well, I think it's a cousin of someone who's at the party who Ikitmel's in contact with. You know what I mean? So if I called someone like Sammy and they're talking to me, it doesn't mean I'm their friend, right? Right? It's an interview.
That's all I know, though.
And do you know if they did they see anybody like creepy out there? Do people hook up out there, like right there in the woods too? Like do they?
Oh, I can't say that people. It's hard to explain. Like there's okay. So when kids go out there, because I've been out there. I've partied in Tahoe. I don't party as much anymore because I got 3 kids now. But I know when they go out there, a lot of kids go out there. They don't go out there with the drugs. They don't go out there with the shrooms. Like, they usually bring the alcohol. They get alcohol. The dudes who come out there, the older guys, they have the shrooms and the cocaine. And then the kids go hang out with that group, the older dudes, because they're giving them the blow and hooking them up with stuff that they can't afford because they don't really got the money for it. Because cocaine's pretty expensive.
Right.
And so you would go hang out with those group do blow, then there'd be another group who has cocaine. And most of the guys, they always want to give it to the girls.
And it's being
always
offered
wanna
for
give the
free
girls the
because they want the
cocaine.
company and stuff.
Yeah, for free. They give you
Yeah.
free lines, but then
Yeah.
they want you to kick it with them. You know,
Right,
like,
right.
oh, hey, come do a line with me. Come do a line with me. You know, no, that's how it goes. Those are how those parties are.
Right.
So there's no telling what could happen. But I do know for a fact she was messed up. That is a fact. So
Yeah.
if they try to word it nicely, like, oh yeah, she was a little, no, she was shit faced.
Yeah. And I wonder, you know, was it just alcohol? Was it possibly substances, you know, tripping or like whatever?
Oh, it's
coke?
definitely a mixture. I can't say for sure she participated, but that's what was there for a fact.
Yeah, so like Johnny says, I'm not sure about this dude. None of us are sure about this dude, but I mean, man, we've got so little information to go on. I thought, okay, let's just listen to hear what it sounds like. You know, is he describing this party that because we've seen Sammy talk, we've seen Jagger talk now, ex-boyfriend. He confirmed he's the ex, right? So if this guy was at the party and he's talking, it's just it's pretty interesting. You know, for me, it's always a red flag if someone jumps onto a YouTube channel and doesn't talk to law enforcement. Maybe he has talked to law enforcement. I'm just saying, like, but anyway, I'm still pretty interested.
That's what it was for. That's why everyone went. And you're probably having different groups of people bringing their type of cocaine. So then they're all sharing amongst each other, you know?
Right.
Yeah, but that's how that party was.
Yeah, man. All right, well, thanks. Let me see the chat real quick if they had any other questions. So your cousins, they left around 10:30 or something like that.
Yeah, they left. She was still there, but they didn't. I asked them if they saw.
So Mac, you say Ronnie wasn't there, so it was this guy's cousins that were there, right? Is that it?
Saw her before they left, and they didn't.
Oh, okay. Damn, yo. And
Thanks, Renee. Yeah.
did they see? I don't know if you asked them like if they saw any creepy people out there or creepy vibes.
No. It's okay. Like, to me, if I went out there now, like, let's say if I went out there and I saw some older dudes and I knew a girl was 16, 17, and he's like, come do a line with me, I would think that's fucking creepy alone itself. Like, dude, why do you want to do a line with her? She's like 10 years younger than you. She's a minor. But when you basically decide to go out to that party, it's like all bets are off. Like, everyone's okay with it. You know what I mean? So nobody would look at it as creepy. But on the outside looking in, you would think it's creepy.
Right.
And someone said, what does blow mean? Blow is cocaine. So coke. So.
Okay. They're saying, somebody said if she got there at 10. Well, over here, this one note, they said around 10. This here one note says 9:45 to 10. I don't know. But somebody said, how could she have been wasted already? I mean, I don't know. A lot of people pregame sometimes.
Yeah, this is hearsay, you know? I just thought we'll listen to something while we wait for the press conference, you know? It's totally believable. I guess everything's hearsay at this point, right? Yeah, where is the car? That's so confusing, man. Where's the car? Where did I see that? There was a comment that said, was it something you watched earlier? You know, is it in some, like, Predator's garage or in the water or in Reno or... I don't know. This case is really mind-boggling, right?
Times too. We don't know what she did before she got there either.
Yeah, she was drinking pretty much the whole time. Like, that's when I know when they saw her early in the day. I can ask them a specific time. I can call back when they saw her like that.
The press conference is at 5 p.m. Eastern, so it's happening in 8 minutes. I'm monitoring Tahoe Truckee Media, ABC 10 News, the Placer County Sheriff's Office, and every other link I possibly can. Again, you guys, if you find it before me, please send it to me on email, grizzlytruecrime@gmail.com. I'm monitoring my email as well, and mods as well. If you find it before me, I just can't believe they're having another press conference today, like another one. So basically, all we're doing is we can go over the timeline too if you want to go over that again. I just thought we'd listen to a little bit of this. And then you can go listen to the full thing on Iked Mel's show. He's got a video about this. And he's got some interesting call-ins here and there. Sammy's mom called in today. That was interesting. She was very, very defensive. My bad. Oh, my word. It was just like, wait, what? Anyway, I know they're just teenagers. I get it. Mama Bear going to be defensive as heck. And at the end of the day, we're Team Kiely, right? All we want is information so that we can try to figure out what the hell happened to Kiely. How did no one see where she went? I saw someone on Twitter ask earlier, oh man, you were in the chat here now. I can't remember your first name. Sorry. Wait. You were asking what questions would you ask if you could ask, key players something or law enforcement, whoever. And someone there said a good question would be how much fuel was in the car. That is a good question, actually. Was it like a full tank when she left home or what? Like how far could whoever get with whatever gas was in the tank? That would be interesting if we could know that. I don't know how we would. But the reason that's interesting is because imagine if someone did actually abduct her, which is a possibility, especially if they're going off into the woods to relieve themselves, right? To pop a squat, as Sammy said. Then if someone abducted Kiely in her car, oh man, like would there be gas station footage? Like camera footage along the way? Would they fill up somewhere? You know what I mean? Wow. Cujo, welcome to membership. Welcome. Okay, we'll listen a little more. I'm watching. We've got 6 more minutes until the press conference.
You said they saw her earlier in the day?
Oh, yeah, she went guess by charging her phone.
What do you mean earlier in the day?
Like before they left, because they left around like 10:30 or 11. So
Okay.
before that, like I would guess like around 8 or 9, she was already drunk.
Because supposedly she had gotten there around 9. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
9:30, something like that. 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Apparently 10ish. Yeah.
And have the cousins
So when
spoke
they saw
to?
her, she was drunk.
Oh, okay. Damn, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, but I asked them, I was like, did you guys know her? Like, were you guys friends with her? But they had no type of connection with her whatsoever. Like nothing.
Wow.
But yeah, but for sure, those other drugs were definitely there. So 100% fact, those drugs were there. So
damn.
I don't know if she participated, but it'd be unfortunate if she did because with cocaine you can't tell what it's laced with because a lot of the coke out here is not pure cocaine. It's laced. It's laced with something. So it's just,
right.
You're not getting pure coke. And then if you're combining that with maybe doing some shrooms or drinking, smoking weed, taking dabs, whatever.
Oh, dabs. Oh, my God.
Jacked up.
What I make
you tell me about dabs. Yeah, dabs. Oof, I tried that one time. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no, I can't even tell that story.
Another thing, too. When people come up here, because I stay close to the area. I'm really close to it.
Yeah.
There's a dispensary right off the freeway where I live. And when people go up there, they stop at the dispensary. And they buy hella stuff there, and then they go up there and they use it. So you have a lot of stuff you can stop by on the way there, and you just get trapped up in the woods.
Wow. So. And one more thing too, like, because there was a video clip that we saw, and there was I guess the friend had said that, like, there were some guys there that, like, I guess, like, were kind of forcibly making her smoke a bong or whatever, or take bong rips. About 5 guys. I mean, is that like? I mean, I don't know. Are guys like pursuing the girls there, or like, are any weird, or are they just, hey, there's all these drugs, and the girls are just kind of willingly, kind of, hey, let's party, have fun. Like, there's like predator types out there.
What it is basically like if you got a bunch of older dudes there, a lot of these older dudes who are doing the drugs or that got connections for it. So then I think they do they don't necessarily force it on them, but they're like, hey, do you want to do some coke? And they're like, yeah, let me tell my friends. And then she gets 2 more of her friends. And then he's like, oh, I got the attention of these girls. And then he's just having a good time getting them to do more coke, giving them free coke and all that. But he's looking at it as like, oh, I'm getting the attention from these females,
right.
No matter how old they are. So they take advantage of that, especially when they have stuff they want to have a party, because it's a party. They're all going to want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So when they have something everyone else wants, it's like, oh, well, come hang out with me. I'll give it to you. So, yeah, it is kind of like, it's dirty. It's a dirty thing.
Dirty.
And that's what was really sad is that a lot of the dudes there were older. They weren't
that
young
really
like
sucks.
So,
And let me ask you this. I don't know if you know. Do you know how how did the event, like, did somebody host the event, and how did word spread out? Because I heard like it was like Snapchat or like some other stuff.
So I asked my cousins how they heard about it, and they said it started going around Sierra College like maybe a month or two before it happened, before the party went down, and they heard about it from other people on campus, and they're saying, "Hey, you gonna go?" And then they got the address, and they just planned to go. It just spread word everywhere. Like they were hearing about it. I didn't know about the whole possible people coming from San Francisco. I don't know about that. But I do know it hit all the way in Sierra College, which is about maybe.
Okay, I'm just going to pause it there. De Quinto says, Pascal said from his source, he has, excuse me, found. Where? How do you know this? What? It's not anywhere. It's not anywhere. Wow, that would be very scary. I'm looking quickly at Twitter to see what the updates are. We can listen to more of this in a bit. Let's see. We've got 1 minute to go, so I'm going to take that off for now. Let's look over here. Latest. Placer County Sheriff Helicopter Falcon 30 continues search North Lake Tahoe, Prosser Lake area for Kiely Rodni. Last seen August 6th. Okay. Presser Day. Oh. Cool. Why are they always choosing different? Why is it always like different news channels? I've got Tahoe Truckee Media, which they were testing out their stuff earlier, so I'm assuming they might go live there. Looking at Flight Radar, yes, but Placer County Sheriff's Office is here as well. And then ABC 10 we've got as well. Anything else I should be looking for? They just say over here. Ooh, what's happening here? Sorry. This one we want to see. Yes? What you got? What you got for us? Placer County Sheriff's Office said earlier that press conference will be out at 2 p.m. at the Truckee Donner Recreation Park. Press conference. Okay. Max says, Ronnie is a father of 3 and very honest dude. Leave him alone. Yeah, I'm neutral about all this whole. I'm just listening to it with you guys and going, what? Let's hear more about this party that the teens don't want to talk about, right? My goodness. Well, ABC 10 or KCRA News. That's you, Simply Stranger. You asked the question on Twitter, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's just quickly take this off. And you said KCRA News. Let's do that on YouTube. we all have KCRA News. Yeah, okay. Now, what's happening here, guys? What's happening here? ABC 10. Okay, so we've got this on standby, and we've also got ABC 10 on standby. I don't see anything happening here. Ronnie has spoken with... okay, all law enforcement involved. Okay. Wow. Teenagers are being exposed to that type of partying at younger ages in today's world. Also, these party supplies can be laced with much more wasting. That's the problem, right? It's very sad. I don't know. I'm not going to say they found her if I don't know they found her. I don't know that. What? Twitter. Thanks, Stefan. Look at Stefan sharing my stuff. Thank you so much. Is this...
including email leads of over 300. Our request at this point is if you have video of that night.
Is this from now?
Detectives want more of it. There has been a lot of video provided, and some of it had to do with a fight that occurred at the party. Detectives right now are asking for any additional video that you have. So again, we urge you that you would please bring that forward. Again, we'll refer you to the tip line. If you have any issues with the tip line and getting through, there's an alternate email that we've provided. And as it came up in our community meeting last night, if you are hesitating coming forward to law enforcement, please go to someone that you trust, and I urge you to go to that person to come forward to law enforcement, and they can help you do that. Thank you.
Remember, microphones suck at press conferences, apparently.
Let's now turn it over to Nevada County Sheriff's Office Captain Sam Brown, who will discuss today's efforts of the search and rescue.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody. We're continuing our search. Nothing has slowed down. In fact, I believe we have about the same amount of searchers as we had yesterday, over 100 volunteers, as well as sworn staff, Cal OES, and all kinds of people. We remain in unified command. Our partners with the Placer County Sheriff's Office have been amazing. CHP has provided us with a lot of space, resources, experts in certain fields, Truckee Police Department. Everybody that's been here, including Cal Fire and other folks that you wouldn't even necessarily expect to be here, have been great partners, and they're giving different pieces of experience and expertise to help us sustain and keep this going. To date, we have 4,500 man hours put into this search alone, which is astronomical in the period of time. We had an earlier meeting today with pretty much experts in the field within California, as well as people from Cal OES that oversee the entire search system for the state, and the law duty officers that answer within that to help us with mutual aid and things of that nature. We are still lacking clues, and so our searches are based off of probabilities of scenarios and different types of incidents. And so I would echo what my partner, Lieutenant Barnhart, had said.
We'll watch more of it afterwards, okay? Elsewhere.
We need people to
See if we find better quality.
Seemingly small, but we're going to continue our efforts. And I really want to thank the family. They've been pretty amazing. We're not coming forth with the answers that they're wanting, and we know that. That's hard for us. But the family has been amazing for us. And both mom and dad have been active players as well as the rest of the family, and trying to make sure we do the best we can for them. So thank you.
I'd like to now direct everybody's attention back to that board.
I see KCRA News has got very spotty signal. Well, here goes this one as well. I could switch over, but this quality looks much better looking.
You're looking at a very recent photo taken of Kiely about a month before she disappeared. I
Okay.
want you to pay attention to her jewelry.
Okay.
She's wearing very distinctive gold-colored necklaces, 1, 2, 3 necklaces, and we do believe that these were the same pieces of jewelry that she was wearing when she went missing. This photo was sent to us by her family, and out of respect for the family, we are releasing this photo and just urging everybody to please pay attention if anybody comes across these pieces of jewelry, if anybody locates anything, to please
Yeah, why?
contact the Placer County Sheriff's Office or the Nevada County Sheriff's Office.
Thanks, Laura.
That will open it up for questions.
My word.
There was mention of video of a fight. Is that in any way connected to the disappearance?
The only thing I can say is that they have not found a connection yet to it. Obviously, it's being taken into consideration.
Okay.
In this case, it's receiving a lot of help from larger agencies, the FBI, Homeland Security at one point. What is it about this case that it's attracting so much help from these larger resources?
So as you know, when you are under the age of 18, you're a minor, you're considered very at risk, right? And you're missing. To this day, we still have not been able to locate Kiely or her vehicle. And that's very disturbing for us, for her family, for the entire community. And because we are treating this case as an abduction solely as a result of her vehicle not being located, that now intensifies the search. And so we, again, will not leave any stone unturned, and we have requested the help of every agency who is willing to help us, and that does include many local, regional, state, and federal agencies, and we're very grateful for their help.
And just clarification, you're treating it like an abduction, but not labeling it an abduction?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for joining membership.
In town been changed to trash and debris and not with their information still. The little flashing orange signs that the fire department put up and stuff. It used to say Kiely or description and stuff, and now it's saying bring your trash and debris to us instead.
What?
I don't have an answer for you. The sheriff's office doesn't control the signs you're talking about, but you can surely inquire and ask. Yeah, we've had lots of discussion about signage. One thing I will throw out is that Code Red and Everbridge, they're the two alert systems. Most people within Nevada County and Placer County are aware of those systems. They're used for emergencies, fires, things of that nature, not typically with missing persons. Due to the struggles of trying to get certain messaging out and higher level messaging, we started releasing our Everbridge and Code Red messages today to include phone call, text message, and email. Some people may not have received it yet. It may take throughout the entire day to have that go out. Somewhat complex to send a message to, say, 100 or 300,000 people.
Oh boy.
And that will clog up the system. So it's done in a phased approach, but we're trying to compensate for some of those things that are lacking. We've even heard that maybe signs were being pulled down in certain areas of missing posters. Luckily through the Code Red system and things like that, I don't have as much experience with Everbridge, but we have about an 80% enrollment for Nevada County. So out of our 100,000 residents, that message should hit about 80,000 residents, and could even be non-residents if they ended up registering for our system. So we're trying to compensate for some of those things. I would just like to reemphasize, and I think the reason that everybody's in this room right now is this is getting a lot of attention, and a lot of people are aware of it. The more messaging that we get out, we firmly believe is a better way to do business. But most people are aware, and we're trying to make sure that everybody's
Pretty
aware of
much.
the best of our tools. There is still business and things that have to go on in life, and some of those entities that aren't working in our system maybe aren't as aware of, hey, like, even though you have these responsibilities for debris or trash, that, hey, we can still use some of that help and things like that. But there are still other things that do need to go on. Our emphasis is in the search for Kiely, and we're putting that energy into it.
Is there a specific area, geographic area where the search is being conducted? I mean, we were talking about searching, but is there a specific location, or is it still pretty broad at this point?
Tough to answer. I mean, to truthfully answer, we have a point last seen and a point last known, and that's confirmed by digital evidence and individuals, and that's our focus. And so when we meet with all these experts in the field and we say, hey, here's our search, here's what we've done, here are the amount of hours and traffic.
You tell them, Amelia.
Are we missing something? And the answer in the room is no. So then you start to play out your scenarios of, is this a missing person who went off the road? Is this a traffic collision that occurred? Is this some sort of an abduction or even a violent crime or any of those types of scenarios? And then you have to start to think is, how does that search then get impacted by that? And the amount of time that's elapsed, somebody could cross into a different country, a different continent, all kinds of things could happen. And so to focus a search is complicated. So the reason we're constantly in front of the media, trying to do community meetings, trying to use Code Red, trying to work on things like the Amber Alert and things that people are really frustrated about. We just want the word out so that people are looking, and we're getting tips from all over the country. I don't know that any of those have panned out, but we're getting tips from all over the place. And we have other countries that are even asking and wanting to talk to the family. So there's support. I think because people feel that they could be in this same situation themselves. We just want word out so that more eyes are out, because we don't have an exact spot to look for. And that is unusual, especially with a large object.
She sent her mom a text, Kim.
Is the navel piercing, is that a unique piece of jewelry? And also in the beginning, there was reports of a nose piercing as well. Are there two unique pieces of jewelry there too? Because that looks pretty unique, other than just the necklaces. Is there anything about that that we should be looking for? Because you just asked us to look for necklaces. Has there been any thought about that?
She certainly does have numerous piercings with numerous types of body jewelry, but at this point we're focusing on her jewelry.
On the necklaces?
We are told that she always wears this type of jewelry. And so in case anybody from family or friends is searching for her and maybe happens to come across these necklaces, we want anybody who comes across this to please call us immediately, because that certainly will provide us a new tip in a new direction.
So weird.
There have been mention of rewards for tips. Do you guys have anything on that?
We don't have any law enforcement officially related rewards. We understand family and friends have rewards. have a reward set up in place, but that is not something that we can speak on.
Is there some way that pawn shops within the area have access to the possible necklaces appearing?
In California anyway, I can't speak on Nevada because I don't know the laws there. The pawn shops are required to send in notifications and slips to local law enforcement, and then we have the ability to then enter those into databases. We do use them for like burglaries and things like that. There's a time frame of when they have to turn that in. That wouldn't be something that would necessarily be immediate. And often it's one of the difficulties, and that's why I think a lot of emphasis is maybe on some of the jewelry that's on there. I don't know that I can guarantee those match exactly what she has, but often they're entered in as gold chain. And so, you know, that you can only imagine the number of gold chains that are put.
Bye. Go watch somewhere else.
You've received over 500 tips and video evidence. Within all of that, were there any sightings of Kiely?
So from what the detectives have reviewed so far, nothing has panned out. However, they continue to work and review video, and we're talking hours and hours of video that they're going to have to pour through, which they are. We've dedicated many detectives to this effort, and they are actively, as we speak, reviewing video to see if there's any clue that will lead us in the right direction.
And Lieutenant, may I ask one more follow-up question? I think this might be important for a lot of people. A lot of the people that we're dealing with here are juveniles. And what you mentioned is the fact that if you're not comfortable coming to law enforcement, to go to someone who is comfortable going to law enforcement. Why are you telling us that today, and what's your messaging behind that? And what do you want parents to know? And maybe on the
Good
off
questions.
chance that a child is seeing this on social media or however they're seeing it, what do you want them to know?
So, you know, we understand that the uniform can be intimidating, and so we don't want that to be a stopgap for these juveniles. In speaking with community members last night, we were speaking about that fact, and you know, if you have a coach or mentor that you trust that can come to law enforcement for you, by all means, or use that as an avenue. And so we just don't want there to be any hesitation on the part of these juveniles to come forward with information.
Welcome to membership, Laura.
Is something that's been in place. Why is it just now being used to find Kiely?
Yeah, we have been talking about it for a while. It does take a lot. You have to break things up geographically or some things. It's not a traditional tool. It's not intended for a missing person. We had some faith that some of these other systems were going to move forward, and we put some emphasis onto it as we kind of built out a strategic plan to push out our code red. It takes multiple people. It's not like a one person. I can put out a code red pretty quickly on like a radius or something like that. But if you jam the system and it stops working and you got to wait for reset and half get it, half don't, a person here, and it causes some confusion. So we've been working on it for probably a day-ish, you know, yesterday into the day.
Day-ish.
Pick out a strategic plan to put out with Facebook to notify. And really, we're kind of hoping for a resurgence of bodies, right? Volunteers are getting tired of being in the field and searching. They're coming out because they care. I did search and rescue for a long time, and the love and energy that comes out selflessly to do those things, it can get exhausting when people aren't seeing that there's a goal or a direction, and we're all feeling that. So we kind of try to pick our planning of our timing to be effective, and also some of the things that it takes logistically. And I'm sure Everbridge is relatively the same. We're trying to work in conjunction and make sure our message is clear and concise and matches and things like that.
Yeah,
Our
we need to
hope
find
really
a.
for putting out today is that we can get a real surge of searchers and things coming into this weekend and reinvigorate. And we talked to family today about, you know, the potential of messaging and things like that, to let people know that they care and they're on board and they really appreciate the community support and things that are going on. But you know, we're trying to be strategic about things, but try not to abuse or lose things and stuff like that. So I'll leave it at that. You know, it wasn't necessarily perfect, and maybe it could have used earlier, you know, and we acknowledge that.
We'll look at that again.
We didn't really know it was going to be what it is either, and so this has grown into something that wasn't really anticipated in day one or two. We do searches all the time. Nevada County probably goes over 40 searches every year, not to this extent, and things that don't usually go this long, because we're usually pretty successful. So pretty stressful on us as well, and more so on the family, and it's hard to look at them and not have answers.
We're going to take two more questions.
Two questions.
Is
Okay.
that on your recent release that you came out today of agencies that have been assisting you, we noticed that Homeland Security has been removed from that list. Have they stepped away from the investigation? Are they still actively here, or have they pulled out?
We had Homeland Security listed earlier because they were assisting on some technical aspects of the investigation. It caused a lot of questions, and that may be why they've been removed at this point. I can tell you that there aren't any personnel involved from Homeland Security at this point, only FBI agents.
Final question. With searchers getting tired and new searchers coming in, and with this new technology you're using, can you reiterate that the people coming into town, because we're going to have a big influctuation of people into this community coming in starting tomorrow through the weekend, and if they do want to use those resources and go searching, can you explain to them where they need to come and they need to check the QR code and then use that before they enter the field instead of just entering the field if they're wanting to help?
Yeah, JD, thanks. I mean, I probably should have started with that.
It's okay.
There's a
We
lot
just
going
need to
on.
make sure they know they're coming.
Outside the box thinking, the teams came up with a great idea to create a mapping system for civilians and folks that aren't necessarily professionally trained to do certain things. The family has a trailer here in the rec center's parking lot. Rec center's been fantastic, allowing us to use this area and conduct media and community relations, but the family's been out in the trailer in the parking lot with assistance from friends and community members. There's a system that allows you to log on to the CalTopo app. It's designed specifically for people trekking out in the woods, things of that nature. Also, we use it for search and rescue, emergency evacuations, and all kinds of things. People in the field can download the app, come down here, it can be accessed off of web pages as well and computers. But our goal for having the civilian side of CalTopo is people going into the field and helping us narrow areas that have been looked at and searched. We don't necessarily want to open up of, hey, here's where we've been searching, because one, we haven't found anything in those areas, but we also want to encourage people to go out and then be able to share those tracks. And so the reason it's not being, it has been copied and put online and it is accessible out there, but we don't want 1 million people from the United States logging on to this. We want people like JD's pointing out that are coming here to the community and are like, hey, you know what? I can take a route over here, or I can go and look at this. We don't necessarily want people to turn on tracks and just log tracks while they're driving around town and going to concerts or doing things that are still going on in life. We want people who are logging to tracks because they're actively looking and they're staring off on the side of the highway, or they're walking around a Stampede Lake or anywhere that they might be in the area, actively looking, not just logging on because they want to see what everybody else is doing. In the event too many people log on for unnecessary reasons, it could overload that server, and we may have to shut that map off, start a new map with a new code. So we're really encouraging people that want to truly participate to be able to use it, but not just anybody throughout the world, because at this point, the QR code is out there. We didn't post it for a reason, and it's specifically for that, but it is a great tool. This hasn't really been done to my knowledge before, so we're really relying on the community to try to utilize this system appropriately to help out. That'll allow us to overlay on our current tracks and things we have. We're not sharing our tracks because it's a secret. We also don't want to condense people to come to where we're at, because that's where we are searching. But we also don't want to dissuade anybody that feels like they can go somewhere, because we're not perfect. And what if we did miss something and somebody else could have seen it? So we're not sharing it intentionally for a lot of various reasons, but it's not because it's a secret and it's hidden. We will share those maps and show things for people, but we don't want to influence a lot of things for various reasons. Good question. Thank you.
Thank you again to everyone for coming. Thank you to the family of Kiely. We really appreciate working with you, although we wish it were under different circumstances. Any updates, any and all updates will be put on the Placer County Sheriff's Office social media accounts. So please continue to monitor those. We will have the latest updates on there. Thank you so much.
Well, I hope so. Or is it a press conference every day? I don't mind. I like being here with you guys. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is thank you to MetBlank Incorporated. Ooh, that was loud now. And then it gets loud and they'll leave. What? Okay. What I want to find is that photo. That photo. Even though I've got it somewhere here, you know? Okay, here. Ooh, this photo is not very clear, huh? Can you see a necklace? I don't see no necklace. Did YouTubers go to the party and film? Highly doubt it. Thank you, Lieutenant Peter Pronzo. If you guys want me to get snarky, I can about the comment earlier. I can. If you want me to snark it up a little bit, could do that later. Look at this picture. This is the picture they have, the last scene picture, the only solid lead they have. That's what they say, right? But I know it's quite blurry, but I just don't really see the necklace. Now, what we're going to do is go to find Kiely.com, go to images to share. Thank you, Mackie's Mammy. I'm going to look. Okay, yeah. So we can see the necklace a little closer here too, right? Yes. Karmic Vibes, have you seen the coverage since Monday? I hope so, because we've covered all of that. This is the second stream today. So yeah. What are we saying by our hand in the photo? Please snark it up, G. Let me just write this down so I can snark it up after. We'll do snark and waffle after, okay? So let's just look at this. Okay, so I can see she's wearing the necklace here. I mean, why didn't they show this picture instead? You know, because the necklace is much clearer in this picture. Right? I know. I also don't love that, but I do understand they're working very hard. But yeah, I get it. I think we all have the same sort of pet peeve. Maybe it's a motivational tool. I don't know. Let's look at this one. Is that even the same necklace? Hold on. Going back. It's not even the same necklace, is it? Okay, maybe it was. Look in the garages. Yeah, great press conference. They seem to do a better job than law enforcement did with Dylan and Daniel Robinson in many other cases. Yeah. Yes. So this is the sticker picture available on the website. So I'm assuming, I'm not sure, but if they put it on the official website, then this must be what the sticker looks like, right? Yeah, those are different necklaces. They are different necklaces. Oh, man, this case is so weird that like yesterday's like the hoodie. We believe she had it in her possession at the time of her disappearance. Okay, and what must we do with that information, right? What is the hoodie about? But now it's also necklaces. That's a ram. That's a ram. It's not even a bull. Sammy said it's a bull, okay? It was Sammy who said it's a bull. It's a ram. Oh, my word. Right? I'm laughing because I don't know what we can believe that she says. Yeah, this is different. Right? This is different to the one they just showed. And where's the picture that they just showed? You know what I mean? Well, we're going to look on. Let's look over here. Platter. Yes. Go up. Latest. Refresh. Here we go. Let's see. Thank you for being here with me for the second time today. I really, really appreciate it. Okay. They talking about the car. Detective to follow up on leads in Kiely's disappearance. A fight occurred at the party. They want to know a lot more about it. Intimidation tactics. I like it. Me too, Rose. We like it a lot. Okay. Yeah, this was the hoodie. You don't want to be forgotten. You just want to disappear. Interesting, interesting. And now I'm just about, I'm like, what am I doing? Okay, I'm looking for, sorry, it's been a long day. I want to look for Prosser, which is why I want to snark it up by saying that to the person who said, oh, this channel is just live streams lately. I know it's the well thought out videos. Wow. It only takes all day to prepare for these, number one. Number two, you obviously don't have a YouTube channel because then you don't know how important live streams are. Number three, we like to engage with the people. Okay. I'm not Netflix. I'm not Netflix. I'm just a person, a South African in the Netherlands who loves true crime and talking about true crime with all these people over here. So yeah, but honestly, try and make a YouTube channel and then just upload perfect videos. I'm a perfectionist. Do you think I not want to do that? I would love to upload perfect, well thought out videos. That's my dream. And guess what? They get almost no views. It goes nowhere. No one cares. Today's world, 2022. Live streams, engagement, talking to your community. Okay, back to the case. That was snarky. Back to the case. All right, so I'm looking at the Prosser Sheriff's page on Twitter, official Twitter account, okay? There's nothing new here right now. I'm just looking if they maybe shared that picture that they just shared. And if I find another, like we can go to KCRA News to see if maybe, was there better sound quality there? Oh, I don't think so. The microphones were so far away. Thank you, guys. I love lives too. Okay, I'm going to make one last comment. I did not start a YouTube channel for 10 years because I'm so afraid of live streams. I have so much anxiety. I got CBD oil. I got rescue remedy. I got alcohol. I got everything I need. Okay. I've got a whole freaking medicine cabinet just about to handle the anxiety sometimes because live streams for me can be stressful. I like perfect little videos that I can just upload and you can just sit there and watch it like I'm Netflix. Live streams are a challenge for me and I enjoy them after. I go to bed feeling like proud. Okay, cool. I did that. I was there with you guys live, Yeah, this is all they got for now. Man. Okay, so what we're going to do, did they? Today they were testing out all the equipment, okay? And then they didn't even go live. Come on, people. Come on. Thank you, Maxi Doodle. She doesn't fit the runaway profile. She doesn't fit the, yeah, she doesn't. She really doesn't fit the runaway profile, huh? Thank you, everyone. It's just so funny when some consumer of free content comes along, rolls in, it's like, oh, this channel. Yeah, start a channel. I dare ya. And let's see. It's not actually easy. Leah Matthews, thank you so much for your $4.99 super sticker. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mary. Remember, I'm not fishing for compliments. I'm just telling you guys what it's like. When I see a comment like that, it just makes me rage. I'm like, excuse me. I'm not trying to feed the troll. I'm just defending myself a little bit for a second. Come on, man. This is not easy. Okay. Now look here. KCRA News. What did they do? What did they do here? Now the live stream's gone and we can't see anything. Let's see this. This was 7 minutes ago. Okay.
Start again by sending detectives out on the tips that we're.
Damn, that sound is good. Right? Let's see it. Do you want to see a little bit more of this?
Receiving for follow-up.
Can you hear this a lot better, right?
To date, we've received over 500 tips. We're following up right now on over 300.
Thank you so much, Ange. Paying respect dues for consumers of free content. Thank you so much for your $10 super sticker.
80 leads, including email leads of over 300. Our request
you know the drill already.
Point is if you have video of that night, detectives want more of it.
See, the signal here goes spotty, so just know the visuals aren't as good, but the sound is pretty good. Katie, we just looked at the picture now from what she was wearing that night. So I don't know. We didn't see any necklaces on there, even though the picture's a little bit blurry, right? That's so sweet. If you started 10 years ago on YouTube, gee, I would have watched YouTube 10 years ago. And rumor has it, Stefan, you might be starting your own channel, right? Right. Amazing.
There has been a lot of video provided, and some of it had to do with a fight that occurred at the party. Detectives right now are asking for any additional video that you have. So again, we urge you that you would please bring that forward. Again, we'll refer you to the tip line. If you have any issues with the tip line and getting through, there's an alternate email that we've provided. And as it came up in our community.
Ooh, the signal was terrible here. Yeah, another live. It's the same live. Or do you mean another live right now with me? Thank you so much to Dave. I watch a lot of creators and geez, one of the best. Thank you so much. I work really hard to make sure you guys get a whole damn show, but not Netflix, live with me, Gisela K. Live, real human being. If I can do it, you can do it. But I work hard. It takes me all day to prepare things for you, literally. Where are the photos? Okay, what? Yeah. Okay, so because the signal, right? I'm pretty sure you don't want to watch this whole thing again, right? You guys could watch it over there after, right? Because now I'm like, ooh, the visuals for me, like, I'm thinking we should look at that timeline just one more time. What do you guys think? Yeah, cheers to a whole damn show. Thank you, Ange. It's a whole damn show. So you like things like this. It takes time to make. And do you think it takes 5 minutes? You wish. Got to remind myself to look after my damn health. Always working, workaholic, right? Claire, I'm so sorry. Okay, so timeline. Let me just take this crawl line off. We won't be too much longer because there wasn't too much new information. They just said, you know, the necklaces are apparently very important now. Okay, so it was the hoodie. Interesting. They still haven't found Kiely. So I don't know where that rumor comes from, that a body's been found, but that's probably an ugly rumor at this point. Homeland Security is apparently been taken off the list of the 16 agencies that are working the case, and they say they were assisting on technical aspects, but then they said many questions were being asked, and so they're not anymore. I'm like, sorry, what? But they're not anymore, so they said it's only FBI agents, and they've incorporated a mapping system, which we looked at in the stream earlier today. I think it's called All Trails. Thank you, Elbows, Mom. So, timeline. Okay, Kiely was last seen August 5th at the party at Prosser Family Campground near Truckee. Sammy arrived at the party around 9 p.m. Kiely arrived at the party around 10 with Magdalene Larson. And then Mags left within 10 minutes of arriving. Sometime between 11 and 11:30, Kiely and her friend walked to a car where Kiely charges her phone and sends her mom a text, so not a phone call, a text to say she'll be leaving in about 45 minutes, so at about 12:15. Her mom says her curfew was 11:30, but she asked to extend it to 12:30, which she would have missed if she left at 12:15. She'd only be home at 1, so she would have missed it. But anyway, when Kiely, Sammy, and a few other friends are in Kylie's car, Sammy asked Kiely for a ride home because her ride was leaving and she wanted to stay at the party longer. Who was the lady that called in earlier to Ikit Mel's show? Yeah, this happens in every case. We saw it in Gabby's case as well. Every case. Ooh, where people call. I don't like call-ins, man. I don't like call-ins. It's a risky little thing. I'm not shading any creators that do call-ins. They've got big ones. You know, I don't have those big ones for call-ins because I just can't manage that risk. I'm just like, I don't know. But I like listening over there sometimes. Being like, wait, what now? Right? Did she even send the text? That does make you wonder. They got out of the car, went back to the party with Sammy, then started looking for another ride home. So then they went back to the party from somewhere between 11 and 11:30 until midnight or, 12:25 a.m. So what happened in those 30 to 85 minutes? At 12:25 a.m., the last time she saw Kiely, Sammy says she said goodbye. Now, this whole thing of hugging her, saying goodbye, I love you, and all that, who are you leaving her with? And why didn't you talk about that? To say, well, I hugged her. She looked like she was having a really nice time with like 3 guys and a girl, or like whoever it is. Who was she with? The way that she paints the picture makes me imagine like it's this deserted forest and it's just like these 2 girls like hugging, goodbye, I love you so much, night, night, I'm going off now. And then what? But like, who was Kiely with when Sammy said goodbye? Right? Sorry. A mom who says her child did not go to the party. Oh boy. That mom was going off. She doesn't like my channel. I can tell you guys that. Okay. I can tell you she doesn't like these timelines at all. But this is just from pure video, from pure interviews, right? At 12:36, Sammy says she saw a call, and I find the language very interesting. She saw a call from Kiely, and the Kiely sounded like she was still at the party and was asking where she is. Like, hey, you still want to lift or a ride? We say lift, South Africa. You still want to ride? She's like, no, I'm good. I'm with a friend, whatever. Her phone last pinged at the party and no one saw her leave. And law enforcement says her last phone activity was actually at 12:33 a.m. So, yeah. Yeah, he did. He did a good job listening and letting her talk and talk and talk. I know, right? Oh, my word. Okay. I think that's all I've got on this slide. And then we've got her stats again. Yep. All right. Yeah, 12:25 is such a specific time. Like, why? That's the thing. I don't know how. If Sammy describes herself as inebriated, I don't know why she knows the time so well. Because even when I've been out partying hard, mostly in my 20s. Remember when someone was a pilot, they're going to tell you. I was a pilot before. If you guys are on my other channel, you know why I say that. Grizzly Unleashed. I'll be live there tomorrow. But the thing is, partying hard, you don't watch the time so closely. To say 12:25 and at 12:36, but you can check your phone. Maybe she checked her phone and saw, oh, this was the time. Maybe she could check the next day that she called or whatever. Hopefully law enforcement has those details. Imagine if that's all deleted, which I'm sure it isn't, but I hope they've checked and verified all those, which I'm sure they have. That would be like the first thing they do, right? Why does she specify that? I know. Yep, we discussed this all at length yesterday, guys, right? I don't mind discussing it again. I'm just letting you know. Please watch the other streams as well, because every single day I'm not just like repeating a lot of information. This is a repeat now. But every day it's just like, what? And, scouring the internet for all the freaking interviews, for every clip, everything we can possibly look at. Now, you guys said that Ikitmel, with this call, had someone else call in, so I'm going to go a little bit forward.
Like she was talking to this person, talking to that person, so they just kind of figure, oh, she has a lot of friends, but
I think this is the same guy.
If she did, I would have been asking for an accident. That's how drunk she was. Like, there's no way she could have.
I don't know. This almost sounds like victim blaming to a point, although maybe he's telling the truth. I don't know. Maybe she was really that out of it, but then what happened? I worry a little bit about all the drugs that were there. What if she was like super hallucinating, And as someone pointed out in the stream earlier, if she did drive into the water, because I don't understand how they can't find the car if it's like you drive in, you're right there. But someone earlier was saying, but the car would like float for a bit and then sink, and that reservoir is 73 feet deep. Thank you, Black Rose 11, for your $2 super sticker. I really, really appreciate it. Likely stranger abduction, not good. This is the most likely theory I would have, is that there was, because it was absolute predator paradise. And to say that there were older dudes there, I mean, late 20s, but also possibly a 40-year-old man. Whoa. Oh, it was a different show from today. Okay, no, that one I saw. Is that what you guys were talking about? Okay. That's the one I was talking about. But who's Megan? That's exactly what I want to know. Who is Megan? Who is she the mom of? Can you let me know? Because I was trying to figure that out. It sounded like Sammy's mom, but okay. I think Sammy drove Kylie's car. Woo.
Got the car, but okay, I'm only 10 minutes away. I'm like, no, there was no way. She was pretty drunk.
Damn, man. And that's what the friend was saying too. That like, kind of like, there's no way she could have driven by herself, like the vehicle.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So if you guys know, I mean, Mac, are you still here? Anyone who's there on Ikitmel's show, who is Megan? Can you tell me who called into Ikitmel's show today? Because, wait, now someone triggered me to say something here. Not that one. Predator Paradise. Oh no, imagine it. Terrible, absolutely scary. I mean, Predator Paradise could just even be a club, Like, again, when we're partying hard, there's always a predator or two around, huh? Someone hard knows what happened. It seems the fight was very important. And I mean, Sammy was saying, no, it's just friendly fights. Just friendly. Oh, that was Sammy's mother. That's what I was thinking. But then someone said that was not earlier. They're like, that was not. Why did they say it wasn't? It sounded just like she said it was she's Sammy's mom. Okay. Which makes sense. She was very upset with timelines. But here's another. Okay, I think a local mom whose child was not at the party. What? You guys. Okay. Thank you, Mac. I knew it. You're going to know. No, it was not her mother. Okay, thank you. So it was a local mom whose child was not at the party. So then why was she calling in? That's the problem with these call-ins, right? Let's not listen to it for now. If you want to listen to it, go to Ikitmel's show. You can listen to the whole thing, okay? All right. Sure, that was a day, huh? That was quite a day. I hope you guys saw my earlier stream. I was going to show you the video now, but there's no point in showing you that because it's on the earlier stream right at the beginning. Go check that out. I compiled the whole video for you, listening to all the things, that Sammy said, that Mag said, that Jagger said, and all of that, right? It was Megan, a local young mother. Thank you. Yeah, it was very helpful. I know, that's the thing. Everyone's saying she was so drunk, she was so out of... Okay, then why'd you leave her behind? Inebriated, drunk, not in the right state of mind, or not in the right state. It sounded like even physical state to drive. Then why you leave her behind there? It's just like, oh no, I can't drive with her. Bye. What? May, thank you for your $4 super sticker. Whose car? We don't know. But the lady who called in said that she knows the face of the dude, but doesn't know his name. A guy that drove Sammy home. I don't know who it is, though. He came into his show late. Okay. Well, It is, what is the time now? For me, almost midnight. It's been a very busy week, my word. And I hope they find Kiely right now, in the next hour, tomorrow, whenever. You know, her friends, as in Sammy said, she has a feeling she's still alive and she must keep fighting. Jagger, her ex-boyfriend, said he fully believes that she's still alive, that she's safe and well, and that he's going to find her. So I hope that's true, you know? Only second time here. I'm impressed with your coverage. Thank you so much. Seth the Welsh. The Welsh. Very nice. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you guys are brand new here, my name is Gisela K. I'm from South Africa. I'm 38 years old. I live in the Netherlands with my husband, who we call Mr. Grizzly because he likes to remain anonymous. He doesn't want to be online. He's not like me. Although I didn't want to be online either, really. But here I am. Here I am. Right? Jagger is wrong in my opinion. I don't know. Jagger, yeah, he's not, I don't know. I don't know why Jagger drove the news crew up the hill and showed them where him and Kiely used to hang out and have alone time. That was like, interesting. Thank you so much. You did a great job getting Kiely Rodni's story out there today. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. Working hard. Well, if you are new here, this is Grizzly True Crime. We do map time. We do waffle time. We do snarky time. Waffle time, if you don't know, I don't know. Do you guys say waffle in America? Like if someone's waffling, or is that really a British and South African thing? Does anyone say it in Australia, New Zealand, anywhere else? Waffle, when I'm just blabbing on a little bit at the end because I don't like saying goodbye. That's what we're doing now. Waffle time. You thought I was like 29? 38. 38. I'm a whore. Am I a whore at 38? Thank you. Whoa, thank you so much from South Africa. Thank you, Synergy Girl. Zar. Wow, I don't often see Zar. That is so cool to see. Homeland money. Thank you so much for that super sticker. South African rands, me bra, everyone. Very nice. I love it. Thank you so much. All right. It always makes me want waffles, though. You guys are so funny. In Australia, you also say waffle. A soft 38. What if I'm a whore at 38? Claire, I hope I made you laugh, and laughter makes you feel better, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm married, guys. I've got my Linkin Park ring on and everything. But as you guys said, what if I'm married to that little avatar, huh? On the simulator footage. Yeah, maybe. Waffling in England for this purpose. We say waffling, yes, in England for this purpose. I am waffling now, everyone. So if you like my coverage, I like to stay on the news on a case. This case I covered as a missing person Monday case. Literally had no idea that this case would go like this, that every single day there'd be like press conferences, coverage, all kinds of stuff, just like so much news all the time. I mean, literally last night I was very tired, went to bed, woke up, and then I'm like, whoa, and then there's a boyfriend. You know, I woke up seeing Iked Mel's video. I'm like, boyfriend? What? And then you're on it again. You know, I was going to go to gym. I was going to go swimming. Couldn't. I'm just like, no. Back to the office and start working hard because we got to bring these Grizzlies some epic presentation. So if you missed it earlier, please go check it out. Thank you, Laura. In the US, waffling is how you walk when you're drunk. Really? Waffling? No, waffling, we're just waffling. Yeah, hectic waffles. No time. Like the what? All the news. I love covering news stuff. You know, and especially when it feels like we could maybe help in sharing some information. Looking at the timeline, you know, using our gut instinct, intuition, seeing the red flags, you know, just studying things together, and mostly being team the missing person, team Kiely, okay, team Dylan. It's not about this one and that one and this, because the drama can unfold from that. We don't want drama. We want to find Kiely, okay? That's it. Oh, man, Marian, everyone says that every stream. It's like, damn, you guys think I'm Superwoman. I think I'm a little flattered when you say that. Just get hold of this one. Just call the behavior panel. Just like, why don't you call Dr. Full? You know what I mean? I'm like, me? Me, the little YouTuber over here. I don't know, man. Wow, they will find her. Oh, man. I really hope so. And I hope all those rumors are false, you know, that they obviously are. They didn't say anything there in the press conference, right? Okay, well, everybody, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to play my little outro now where you can see Fury, my cat. Oh, my word. He's a predator. He's a jaguar at night. And if you actually want to see footage of a jaguar, where I visited the Royal Amsterdam Zoo last weekend and went to Amsterdam Pride, that's available on Patreon. I do a lot of behind the scenes content where you see even more personality than you do here or on Unleashed. There's more behind the scenes on Patreon. Energizer Bunny, that's me. Yes. Okay. No, waffling South Africa. I'm South African. It means I'm yakking on. I'm blabbing. All right, everybody. Have a lovely evening. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you on Grizzly Unleashed tomorrow. And if there's any other news in this case tomorrow, I will see you for that as well. And if it gets complicated with the time, this takes priority, of course, this case. And then afterwards, we'll still be on the other channel. Okay. Bye, everyone. Remember to hit the like button. Okay. That helps me. If you want to know when I'm going live next, subscribe, hit the bell, all that. Thanks, mods.